Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope everyone is doing incredibly well. I wanted to hop on and share a quick reading. I want to channel some messages from the Divine Masculine Collective and see where they're at right now. I feel a lot of them in solitude, which is why I'm picking up on a lot of their anxiety. So if any of you, again, are doing the whole jaw clenching thing, you're just kind of feeling anxious, but when you look around you as the Divine Feminine, everything is just going smoothly, right? Like you should have very good reason to be celebrating right now, but you're thinking about your masculine, and a lot of them are just quiet. And I think that for many of you, you're starting to realize that they are awakening to this twin flame journey because they are just completely MIA. And as the Divine Feminines, we also went through that experience where many of us just needed time to isolate from the world in general. And it's because a lot of the energies were hitting us. A lot of your masculines too are becoming more intuitive, and it feels really uncomfortable because many of them were used to just zoning out or tuning things out, or they were comfortable being on autopilot. But I feel like the more they awaken and the more they see this twin flame journey as something that's more spiritual, which a lot of them never thought that they would believe in. I just guess like the energy is heavy. I see a lot of towers and like the death card coming up a lot, but I'm really confident when I see the death card because I know that this is just temporary what they're going through. With the death card, we always have new beginnings. I was tempted to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic as well because I am very much drawn to two cards in this deck right now, which is the death card, which is abstinence from sex. Okay, abstinence makes the heart grow fonder. So many of you are very celibate right now. A message that I have for the Divine Feminines as well is be mindful of when you are self-pleasuring and ensure that you're aligned energetically with your desires. So for many of you, that's your divine counterpart, because what I'm seeing is that the Divine Feminine is very alluring right now. She's very magnetizing. So you guys might find that late at night you get these sexual urges, or it's pushing you to self-pleasure. So don't let that energy go to waste, or don't let energies creep in towards you to really take that sexual energy, because you guys are able to use it to manifest right now. And I know that many of you may not even feel like you've been, I guess, in the mood, so to speak, because a lot of you have been honing in on your craft and really just trying to relax because you're holding space for a lot of the messages coming through. Many of you are picking up on your masculine's anxiety, okay? So just be mindful of like doing things like jaw clenching or becoming a couch potato. Again, try to stay away from alcohol as much as you can, even if it's just like occasional or things like that, because I'm seeing that grounding and protecting your energy from just other beings, I guess. And I don't mean to scare anybody, or I know it sounds weird, but it's just like an energetic thing that's happening, and a lot of you might already be aware of it. But if some of you are experiencing like weird symptoms, then yeah, just try to relax and cleanse and stay clean. Like have your energy stay clean for as long as you're able to maintain that. So lots of water as well, and exercise, guys, even if it's just a simple walk, because I'm getting that fresh air, especially cold fresh air. I don't know why, but it has the ability to really cleanse right now. So take it all in. If there's snow on the ground, if there's birds hopping about and you hear the sounds of nature, get out there and soak it all up, because it is the fastest way to help you heal any type of anxiety right now, especially if any masculines are tuned in and you guys are going through the experiences of the death card, okay? And also I'm just getting a message to let the Divine Masculines know you really don't have to worry about the Divine Feminine in terms of suitors coming towards her. She's the energy that she embodies, like she's able to stay 10 steps ahead. So although she is open to experiences right now for her highest good, she's not just letting any and anybody in her circle, okay? So you can trust that instinct that you naturally have about her anyway, Divine Masculines. Now another thing as well that I'm drawn to, or another card, sorry guys. Yeah, another card that I'm really drawn to in the deck is the Chariot card, okay? Because the message in the Chariot card in this particular deck is someone who fakes a retreat only to plan an attack Do you know what I mean? Like they're staging an attack, meanwhile they're just faking a retreat. So a lot of you may not be able to feel your masculines energetically also, because they don't want you to right now. A lot of them are just focused on work. Many times with twin flames, you'll feel the energy so much, and it's like really euphoric at times, and you really feel them in your space because they're also equally pulling you in by thinking about you, fantasizing about you, manifesting thoughts that has to do with bringing you into their reality. Other times when you guys might feel like there's just a bit of a block or you can't pick up on them as much, I feel like many masculines as well orchestrate that purposely, where they're just not in a place to feel romantic or sexy or charming, or what I'm getting is like to be the things that they want to be to you, divine feminine. I think that if they were to communicate now, you guys would see like them being really rough around the edges, just not focused, and they don't like being in that energy when it comes to being with their divine feminine. And seeing a lot of you enjoy the things that they're craving right now. And if masculines are ending off certain karmic relationships and things like that, what I'm seeing is like both him and the karmic partners are almost seeing what it was like for the divine feminine to have to like work really hard, be on the grind, have your finances forgive me here, but royally fucked with in some way. Certain things like that are now happening with the divine masculines and even like the karmic partners as well. If they have delayed certain lessons or they've tried to tamper with certain timelines, they're also facing like the karmic energy from that, which is again, what I'm seeing is like unexpected job loss, having to move, like facing like eviction, like really weird things coming up that's making it very challenging for people right now, or not so much challenging, but I feel like it's putting your masculine particularly in a place where he's really got to think on his feet right now, okay? And it could be him or her. Take it how divine masculine energy resonates with your person. All right, so sorry for that big lengthy intro. Sorry guys, 7 minutes in, but that's just kind of what was swirling around in my head even before I touched the cards here. But this pile fell out here and I was kind of holding them while I was talking. So these are direct messages from your masculine right now, and we'll see how it reflects the channeled messages, okay? So I can't stand the idea of you moving on. Okay, so masculines, that's a confirmation where I said earlier that you guys don't have to worry because she's not just letting anybody in right now. I feel like your divine feminine is intuitively aware that this connection is something that they're holding space for right now, and they're not letting anybody tamper with that energy. They're staying true to themselves, and I can tell you that many feminines are aligned with being celibate, spending time alone, enjoying their own company, digging into certain passions or hobbies. Some of them are just kind of being in solitude themselves, right? Getting out when they can and socializing, and if they are, it's with really close family and friends. Spending a lot of time with their kids, things like that, getting involved with their communities. So if you are experiencing anxiety related to this, try to relax a little bit, masculine, because I think that for many of you, if you have a divine feminine who has kids and things like that, be mindful of the energy that you're projecting, because always remember, like if your twin flame has kids and things like that, always be accountable for your energy, because they also have to be in a state of mind where they are putting their children first, and you will intuitively know this. So a lot of the times when you're projecting, try to hold back and deal with emotions on your own, or if you are feeling heavy feelings about your counterpart and you're wanting to project blame, try to hold back on that, especially if they have kids, because again, like unconsciously tampering with the energies between you two in a negative state really affects them and their ability to do day-to-day things like parent, right? Which is a really huge responsibility. And you gain that awareness when you step on the twin flame journey. So I keep seeing your face and other people. Okay, these might be masculines at a distance from you as well, divine feminine, or they're getting signs or messages to go back home. Okay, so if you guys live at a distance or in different countries, I'm seeing that your masculine is almost like searching for you in crowds, or when they're out and about, they might see someone who looks like you, and it's just driving them crazy a little bit. I keep seeing your face in other people also, guys. I'm getting that if you do live in the same city with your masculine, he has a habit of like looking into the windows of other cars, because maybe you guys might travel along like the same highway to get home, or your house might be like on his way home or something like that. He unconsciously has a habit of doing this, where he will look into the cars of like windows just to see if he'll catch a glimpse of you. And this is something that he doesn't understand why he does it, but it definitely reminds him of you in that moment. Okay, I'm making amends in old relationships. I'll be back. Yeah, for some reason I'm really picking up on a masculine who's at a distance. It could be even like that you guys have been separated for a while. You guys haven't spoken in a while. But this is a good energy for those masculines who are in solitude. And again, if you're not seeing them appear out in social media like you normally would back in the day, where they were just here, there, and everywhere with everyone, they're just kind of like quiet right now, working on themselves. If many of them did return back to old karmic situations, but again, a lot of you feel the death card. You feel like there's clear endings in those situations. They're making amends, okay, because not every karmic situation is a toxic situation. There might be some of your masculines or feminines involved in karmic connections where they just need time to make peaceful endings, you know, and I can certainly relate to that as well, because I've chosen to approach my connection as well at like the pace of a turtle or the pace of a tortoise, where I'm moving strategically rather than just trying to have union with my divine masculine, you know what I mean? I am taking my time to approach like separation, divorce, co-parenting, things like that from a conscious perspective. So many of your masculines might be aligned with this as well, if they are in like a soulmate connection type of thing, but they're very much aware that their twin flame connection is something that they want to pursue. They just need time to like make certain amends, okay? Yeah, my life is in chaos right now, because I'm telling you, like, and I speak from experience, I told my husband about my twin flame connection, right? And so if you guys want to know more about that, you could certainly join me on Patreon. And I share more transparency over on Patreon about my journey, because, you know, obviously I want to protect the privacy of those involved in my life in that way. But you know, yeah, I can tell you guys, speaking from experience, like it takes a lot when you decide to open up about your twin flame relationship with your spouse, because then it puts you in a whole different situation, right? But again, that was a serious move for me to make, and I can anticipate that there are many counterparts out there right now who are in that energy. They're just not afraid to carve their own path in life. And the more the veil lifts, you know, many of you are starting to take that risk and realize that you're just creating life as you go, right? And it allowed me to really shift things in my own life, because although it's been a really slow and painful process, I can tell you guys, like, you know, the sun card certainly appears after that death card. After really painful endings and having to rebuild yourself from scratch, you do eventually see that sun card, because now I'm able to, you know, do my thing here on YouTube and share my whole twin flame experience, and not be so afraid of like choosing a different life for myself. And whether, you know, my twin flame relationship or connection manifests out of this, I guess, you know, those of you who are with me on Patreon, I will keep you guys informed. But I'm just open, and that's why I share messages of you guys being open as well, because, you know, when you surrender, you know, just things just magically align, because you are open to having things come to you in the way that you want. All right. So the next card is, you're a kind person, and it's an attractive quality. All right, and this is why many of your masculines are drawn to you. This is why they're making amends in all relationships, because they connect with you, divine feminine, and it's not this like inappropriate affair that you two are having. It is a connection that naturally came together, unfolded in divine timing, and your masculine sees a side of you that makes them want to do the right thing. So if they are initiating separation right now with you, and they're not talking much, they're quiet, they're hermiting, they're experiencing their death card like in that lion energy, right? They're taking accountability, and they want you to know that you've had a huge influence on helping them to see, like, you know, the kindness is the new cool type of thing. And so again, they're moving at a snail's pace as well, but you guys are definitely teaching them that kindness and compassion is part of this journey, okay? And that's that's what's taking some time here in many of these twin flame connections. First, we have to embody the energy, then we have to spread it with those involved in our lives. And then when we gain that compassion and that empathy and that understanding, it's like nothing can stand in the way of the twin flames. And that's what many of you are seeing. It's like you have to be authentic and you have to have integrity for your connection to come together, right? So I need space, but I'm right here, don't go. Okay, a lot of reaching out for you, Divine Feminine, wanting you to know that they're really working on this connection. And another message too I heard, I was going to do it in a separate reading, but since it naturally came up here, a message I was getting is like they've been committed to this connection from day one. That's what it was that I saw, day one. And it was on a bus. I was looking out my window in my bedroom, and that's what it said. It said hands-on since day one. And I was trying to catch the company that the slogan was attached to, but the bus ended up driving by. And right away, I thought of the Divine Masculine Collective. I'm like, okay, Emperor energy. So I need to get stable first. Speaking of Emperor energy, okay? So a lot of them, again, are really taking time to approach things in their life a little bit more maturely now, get stable, like start from scratch is what I'm getting with many masculines, okay? And even if you're a young masculine that's tuned in, or any young person in the community, which by the way, I had someone leave a beautiful comment in one of the last videos I did, where they expressed that they were only 25, and so having a twin that's like married with kids and having all of these karmic attachments, it doesn't really resonate for them, but they're starting to realize that karmic situations in their lives could be, like still living at home with parents, or being financially dependent on parents, or just needing to kind of venture out on their own, and what's preventing them from doing that are their karmic situations. So I feel like many masculines are in a place of having to get back to the basics and start from scratch and go through their journey of independence, just like the Divine Feminine did, all the while, if they are married, having to take responsibility for certain things in their life right now before they can come towards you, okay? And that's why many of your masculines, they're not returning to, again, like have a connection with you when they're still married, or have a connection with you when they're still married. Many of them are starting to see that it's like they're always going to be stuck on that wheel of karma where both of you are continuously going to trigger each other, and just stay in that loop, right, of like coming together and separating. So a lot of your masculines right now, they need to get stable first, because they need to do things the right way and make the proper endings, but from a place of integrity. And then I feel that naturally this is going to come together for a lot of you. And that's why you're feeling it so strongly in the 5D Divine Feminines. And how that is coming through is many of you are experiencing the exact same freedom that your masculines after right now, which is you're in a position to say yes to that invitation, Divine Feminine. Okay, so you could reach out to, I feel like many feminines are ignoring this message right now because they have been feeling it with the masculines yearning, like, they would want you to come by and say a quick hello or send a message because it's been so long since you guys haven't. But again, many feminines are waking up too and observing the masculines in their silence. And for the first time, many feminines are tippy-toeing backwards and going, you know what? Yeah, I know I could, but I'm not going to, because this is your journey, my friend. Okay? So we're going to end it off with these messages here by saying, I told the karmic about you. And I think that's a beautiful card to end off with, because, again, like, normally I don't open up in videos where I let a lot of my new subscribers know. But yeah, like, I'm on that journey where I told my husband I have a twin flame, and he's like, a what? A twin what? And so, yeah, we've been on that journey of, like, slowly having this all unfold in our life and going from being, engulfed in each other to facing separation and eventually divorce and eventually getting our own place and things like that. So yeah, if you guys want my perspective on that, or just how I had the cojones to actually do something like that, join me again over on Patreon, or if you guys would like to do a personal session with me over on Wisio.com, if you use the code Valentine15, you can get a 15% discount this month, okay? I would love to work with you guys and have you, and of course answer any questions you have, or even hear your own stories. Believe me, sorry guys for the noise, believe me, I know how complex these twin flame connections can be, and that's why I decided to kind of take the journey by the horns and really get into it. So yeah, there's that chariot card, guys, I was talking about. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that as the major arcana here, the major theme. And I got the 7 of Cups coming through with the 2 of Pentacles. And what's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, remember when I was talking about this card in the reading, the Chariot, which is so faking a retreat only to stage an attack is what I'm getting. Okay, so again, a lot of you need to hear that your masculines are planning and strategizing at this time, and the reason you're not feeling them romantically or sexually or just picking up on their vibe at all is because they're planning and they are going to surprise you when you least expect it. I feel like this particular divine masculine, they want to reach out to you when you're going to be shocked. It's not going to be something that you're going to be expecting. And I feel that many feminines right now are trying to tune in, and it's like you're almost like your divine masculines in the background going, nope, the minute you stop tuning in, that's when I'm going to show up. Okay, and there's that like sneaking up on her card too, again with the 2 of Pentacles coming through here. And the 2s are all about choice, and I feel like the Chariot card is about moving forward, moving in that direction that you want, and also having the courage to do it as well and not hold back. Okay, it's about taking action, but before you take action, make sure that you have the confidence, and many of them are trying to gain the confidence by now realizing that I can't just go in, I can't just do this, where it's like we're creating karma again, right? Your masculine having to be secretive with his wife, you having to be secretive with your husband, you guys have kids involved, it's messy, you're attracting karma, that's why it gets messy. So now with the Chariot card here, your masculine is realizing that, you know what, I need to strategize and I need to plan, and I can't take action without having a plan. And that's why many of them are taking their time to create those proper endings. But it's painful, guys, and I speak from experience. Having that conversation with your spouse, asking yourself the tough questions like who's going to go where, who's going to live where, talking about things like custody, that stuff is triggering as hell. And that's why many of them get scared and freeze up, and they'll shut you off, divine feminine, and continue living their life that's more comfortable and safe. But then the twin flame journey creeps up on them again, and it's not because it's their feminines trying to tempt them, it's because the universe is saying you wanted to learn these lessons, you wanted to test yourself and see what your soul would do in the right situation here, right? So many of them have to overcome the fear first. We have the 4 of Cups coming through here. For me, this is like initiating those conversations of the breakup, because the 4 energy represents stability, but I'm not getting stability. I'm getting 4 walls around you, that the routine and like the boredom, the stagnancy, it's like as much as you try to make it work for the kids, you're just not happy. You're not being intimate with your spouse. It's just draining the life out of you. And many masculines and feminines are getting messages about being honest now, right? And I feel like a lot of you are getting those strong signals of cutting things out. And the minute you do, you won't have to worry. You will attract like a magnet everything to you that is meant for you. But you need to be honest in your life. You need to be honest about what's going on here with your counterpart. Okay, so I feel like many of you, the outcome here or what your masculine is trying to say here is like, they're coming towards you, and there's that turtle again, which is so cute. But again, for both of you, the connection's moving at this snail's pace here, or this turtle or tortoise pace. And so you might want to look up the snail totem and the turtle or tortoise totem, because there might be extra gems in there for you guys to absorb. But the 7 is all about, again, being seasoned, having confidence, just finding life is a lot easier. And I feel that many of you will get into this place of feeling like finally we can breathe, but it's because you guys have made a lot of the proper endings that you need to. So it's like you guys are attracting the 7 of Cups energy here, which is just beautiful, right? An opportunity to be with each other, even though it might have taken you guys a really long time here with that turtle energy. It was well worth it. Okay, so be patient with each other. I'm specifically getting to let the feminines know to be really patient with your divine masculine. Sorry for any background issues with my mic as well, guys. I'm trying to improve the audio because there's been a few of you who have brought it to my attention. So I'm trying to work with what I have right now, so I hope that the audio was a bit better, minus the bob it around the mic here. But anyways, guys, I love you. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to connect with you guys personally. Otherwise, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys in the next reading, okay? All right, bye, guys.